Hi guys, I'm Ainsley Nandoro, host of the People's Potential TV, and today I'm here with...
Blends, man. In the cut, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. So, obviously, this is a different type of video today, and you can explain who you are and what you do.
Basically, I'm Leon. You can call me LB or L Blends. Basically, long story short, been a barber for about 5 years. Been doing my thing. Been doing a lot of other things as well, more like music, maybe some sort of like kind of photography as well. Then I've been in different avenues as of recent. I can't lie.
And the one reason why I say it's different is because this is the first ever barber that we've got on the podcast, and it's actually a massive shout. How do you feel that you're the first barber on the pod?
I feel great, man. Like I definitely got a set pace for the other barbers that come up on it. I can't lie. Definitely.
And where did your journey start when it came to cutting hair?
Where did the journey start? I can't lie. The journey started like quarantine. I started cutting hair. My first ever haircut was on myself. So I just looked on YouTube, saw like a few tutorials there. I thought, you know what, let's just give it a try. Waved it down. It wasn't really the best haircut, but it was fair. It was alright. So then after that, I started cutting my brother here and there, practicing for like the next 2 years. Started having friends coming over. Then I gradually got better as time went on, and then I ended up doing this like £5 trim thing.
Yeah.
And then I didn't really get enough people coming through because obviously my work wasn't too good. So I just like thought, you know what, I'm not really too sure if I should continue with what I'm doing. But then I thought, you know what, I've already done my thing. I've put in a lot of money into just having to cut hair to begin with. So I thought, you know what, let's just keep pushing it, see where it goes. So after that, I started cutting more. No payment, by the way, just straight cutting, worrying about how my haircuts looked instead of like having the money for it. So I kept cutting, and I eventually got better. Then I joined a job, which is around, I think it was in bed surgeon. After that, everything started going up from there. Like my cuts were looking more elite. I had a lot more clients. Now I have like I can finally say I had a proper client base. Like, I appreciate like all my clients I've had like from pretty much when I started, and I went off to Air Force One as well. Did an apprenticeship from there, learned a lot too, and yeah, from now on, yeah, it's been up since then. Appreciate it.
So obviously, like there's barber apprenticeships. How was it like, having an apprenticeship in barbering? Because me, I've never ever heard of that. I've never heard of a barber apprenticeship. Yeah. But how was it like, your experience doing that?
Considering that was like the only like apprenticeship I could find. Yeah, I can't lie, I did learn quite a lot. Like, I got a lot of gems from it, from like when it comes to like cutting other people, the business side of things, how to like promote myself. Can't lie, I learned a lot. Even having to work on shop floor as well, learned way more than I thought I'd even learn like in barbering ever. Because what I realized about barbering as well is like you learn something new every day, because other barbers have different ways of going around things. So yeah, it was definitely something to take in.
That is so sick. And obviously, you say that you've done different hairstyles. What's been the best like haircut for you? Like your personal favorite?
Best haircut favorite? I'd say Afro taper, because you can't go wrong. It's
yeah,
short,
mums. Afro tapers that.
It's
man.
Elite. It's too simple. Can't go wrong.
What's been the most challenging one for you? Like, you see, people like ask for like haircut that's mad unrealistic. What is like one for you that you say that you can't do that well, or challenging?
Challenging, I would say there's two. So one of them being the length of the top.
The length of the top.
Yeah, that one is like, I can't lie to you. As much as like I can do it, but it's just like it gets a bit tedious at times, because like sometimes like the hair gets a bit like, I don't want to explain it, but it's a long process compared to like, let's say with an Afro client, let's say he wants to have like a Afro kind of shape, just get the clipper, just ram it around. But with the straighter hair, you got to use the scissors, got to hold it a certain way. It's a bit mad. And also with the uncles that come in the shop, they have no hair on their head, but they ask for like the crispiest lineup. Like, come on, I can't do that, man.
Yeah, word. And obviously, like, when it comes to your like personal favorite, like, what's the best trim on you? Because a lot of people see your social media and you've had like different haircuts, but what's your Personal best.
My personal best, I can't lie. When I had like the shorter hair with the the sponge.
Yeah.
I think because it's low maintenance, you can't go wrong. Like it don't matter how you go about it. Like you could wake up and then all you need to do is just do a bit of comb and sponge it, and you're out the door. Like you don't even have to have a shape up like that. It's clean.
Yeah, what?
That's my personal favorite. As I think it's better than having braids, etc., because
Braids get a little bit long sometimes, you know.
it's maintenance is tiring. Like the only thing I like about braids is that when I take it out, like I like having like the longer hair after, but having it in it's sometimes a pain in that. Even getting it done, like I'm not even tender like that, but sometimes certain hairstyles make me.
Yeah, there's certain ones where they can actually like get bad tight as well. Like sometimes when the hair braid is like coming in.
It's way too much.
And what's the worst hairstyle that you've had on yourself personally?
Worst hairstyle? Can't lie. I would say the mohawk. The
Mohawk?
The Mohican. Yeah, bro. Like, do you know the Mohican?
Yeah.
Bro, when I was young, primary school, not secondary. No.
Never that.
Primary school, I had the Mohican, bro. I had it for time. Because I saw like, like the football players back in the day, they had their fair share of hairstyles. Bro, I was copying it, bro. I copied it. What's your one?
You see, when I was younger, yeah, because I know a couple of the youths here, like, because obviously when I went to secondary school, like my first one, innit?
Yeah.
There must have been one time when I had like gel twists in it, and like they were like mad, like it wasn't even reaching like my forehead and that, like I tried to do it by myself, like I tried to experiment some next hairstyle.
Oh my days.
If not, I had a high top. I remember the high top phase like in year 7. I tried the gel twist in like year 8, and in year 9, I remember I must have had like extensions like mad long, mad unrealistic long extensions.
Wait. With your extensions, how like long was your hair before you put it in?
Like before it was in, it was literally like let's say this is like the length of the hair. It's like literally that, fam. It's like some red extensions. I remember, fam. Yeah,
not even black.
Not even black. It was red. Like literally red at the end.
My goodness me.
I remember
crazy work.
I remember when I came into school that time, it was like a lot of people like, oh nah, that his haircut just whack. Still, but at the same time, like people didn't want to see it, but obviously this is like, like post lockdown time, so you're just experimenting. Facts, like you don't know what you actually want to do with your hair, and then I'm like, this is the hairstyle I'm gonna come in, and I know if my mum and sisters, because I was like a younger guy back then, they're not gonna want to hurt my feelings, but my sister was obviously looking back at a couple of my hairstyles back then, and she's like, Ains, you've had some really whack hairstyles.
You've been experimenting, alright? You've been experimenting, but I thought like experiment is the fun part of it. Like it's just you being yourself, seeing what you could actually like rock. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought at the end of the day, like, you see people having these crazy hairstyles, but at the end of the day, we can't really complain because it's them. But I don't really have much to say about experiment, but it's just you being yourself at the end of the day.
And what is tips to keep your hair, in good, like keep it fresh after the cut? Because I realize myself that when I've taper fades, sometimes it doesn't really last that long, or like it grows quick, even though it's a good thing. But what is like your tips to people, that just freshly getting a trim to make it last longer?
Alright, cool. I'm gonna have to say this, directly as well. After the haircut, when you go sleep, when you do whatever, comb or brush the sides. I'm telling you, when you do that, your haircut will last a bit longer. Because I'm telling you, I've even had times where this is before, like I've generally known this fact, yeah. There'll be times where I feel like, my hair's growing a bit too much. Like the lineup's going, even without like any sort of like enhancements or anything. I feel like, it's going. You gotta comb the hair down, because that's how you keep it looking fresh for as long as possible. I'm telling you, that's the only tip you got. And also, one other thing as well, even before the cut, I say definitely wash your hair, bro. I've had numerous clients where the hair is just snowing, bro.
That is,
I can't lie. Like, there's been a couple of times where I've turned clients away for that as well.
Swear down. I can't lie. That one there, it gets mad sticky.
Like, bro, like I don't know about you, but I see that's kind of disrespectful, because like I have to use these same clips that I use on your head on another guy. So it's like you couldn't have the courtesy to like just at least take care of yourself a little bit before you generally just get a haircut. It's mad.
And also, to some young barbers starting out there, what would you personally say to them? Because there's some people, like even a couple of my brothers where they cut hair, but they'd be like, that they never want to be a barber. Like, what would be your thing to say to other barbers out there?
What do you mean, like in terms of like pursuing it as in like a
pursuing it as a thing?
I would say don't rush. If you want it to, if you want it to be like, if you want it to be like on a higher scale level, I would say you can't rush the greatness behind it, man. Because I see a lot of barbers come out of the woodworks that like what they do like the little trim thing, they use the enhancements. Then they think, okay, cool. Now already I got to be on the platform. People come to me for the trims. That's what I try to do, but obviously it didn't work out as I thought it would. You got to build on your craft first before you generally just be like, okay, cool. Now is the time. But in my mind, like even when I was gonna start around like the times when I was gonna start actually charging people for their haircuts, I thought I generally waited because bro, I waited a good 3 or so years to actually to actually like get people coming in because at the end of the day, it's like bro, God will tell you when you should start with what you want to do. That's how I feel. I can't lie, man.
Lich, that's actually quite good advice. You know, for young people starting out there. And a lot of the time, you know, we see a lot of, you know, hairstylists and barbers.
Yeah.
Is there any hairstylist that you'd like to collab one day and kind of, you know, do it together? Because I've seen like a little rise of it where some people do their hairstylist first and then the barber and then it's into one. Would you do it?
I would definitely do that. There's a couple of people that I could definitely like collab with, maybe get into business with as well. Like a few people like my cousin.
Or do you want to give their business a shout?
Of course. So there's one. I got a friend, HD Squared. You know.
Oh yeah. She does my hair as well.
Man, bro,
sometimes.
I know. I definitely got a shout her. Got my cousin as well. Big up you as well. Do your thing. I know she's done a course and everything for locks and stuff. She's definitely gonna be up there still. I'm telling you. Man. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna give those guys a shout, man. Honestly. Definitely gonna do something with them.
I think if the community could definitely come together and do something like that, it'd make it easier because a lot of the time, you know, sometimes when it comes to black hair, sometimes, you know, you'd have to book for one person here and then another person here and then just all over the place. But if sometimes we could all come together and then try and someone watching this needs to definitely do it where you can actually have a business like for barbering and their hairstyle together and someone could actually make a shop. I think that could save a lot of time and money and definitely like
you'll better the community, man. It'll better the community as a whole. I can't lie, it would definitely like impact the community, especially like having clients to feel more like, okay, cool, I can get all of this done in one space. It makes it more convenient. Like it helps the clients at the end of the day, not just us, you know. That's perfect, literally.
And as well, outside of your barber business, like what else, like tell me one thing you do outside of your barbering business that people know you as. One
thing I do outside of, I'm starting to dabble into the music a bit more because as of previous years, I've released a few here and there. Not proud, but yeah, I've had my fair share of like music here and there. Like I'm starting to get back.
Who's your favorite artist? Like
Youngboy, bro.
Youngboy, man. What is it about NBA Youngboy that you like a lot?
Bro, any listener can back me right here. We resonate to him too much. Like, whatever he says in his songs, we feel it. As much as it's like, there's a few songs here and there where he kind of moves a bit mad, let's be real. Like, he moves a bit mad, but like, even there's also some songs where, bro, whatever pain he feels, we feel it too because we've been through the same thing. So maybe similar.
First, that makes sense. I definitely like, you know, when it comes to some certain artists, do you think there's anyone that can be at the same level or better, you know? Because there's some people that can say like Lil Durk is like on that level or like there's different like rappers, you know, like some people would say like maybe Pop Smoke. Do you think they could like be, in your eyes, the same as NBA or?
By the way, this is my opinion, so I don't want to face any sort of slander for this, but nah.
Don't think?
I think close. Definitely close, but me personally, I don't think the work rate. Can't compare. The music, in my opinion, can't compare. Can't. Maybe a few similarities here and there, but other than that, you can't.
Makes sense. And definitely, you know, a last question for you: what is your advice out there for people? And what's one message that you like to put for people watching the People's Potential TV?
One message I would want to put out there is definitely to like, to keep it short and simple, plan. I'll be real, because I even had a conversation today with one of my friends. He was saying pretty much how he wanted to start something because he's had experience in like personal training, PT. He was saying how he wants to set a deadline for when he wants to go forward and actually go online with it, like promote himself on like TikTok, Instagram, etc., etc. So I told him like, okay, cool, you could do that. Definitely have a deadline, but you know, normally with a deadline, you kind of move a bit lazy with it. Like, let's say, for example, you got an assignment. Let's be honest. We've had our fair share of times where we leave it to the last minute.
Yeah, quite like a lot of the time, fam. I think especially my final year of college last year, there was too many assignments I left near to the end, but. You know, I know Arman's watching this. Arman was the guy that was definitely pushing me forward as like, A's, you know, we need to do this together. And then even, you know, my mum as well, because I know my mum's watching this, was shouting me, being like, yeah, you got so much potential to do well, you know, like, let's just push forward a bit. And then definitely, like, it will leave less stress, if it makes sense. And definitely, we've been there before.
Yeah, so, like, I took that into consideration and been like, okay, cool. So if you have a deadline with the plan that you want to make, you know, let's say the deadline is March 2026, next year, yeah? You know yourself that you're not going to be consistent from now all the way to March 2026. Like, we're human. Like, of course, we're going to have days where we rest, slack a little bit. Cool. So what I said to him is, whatever you want to start now. I say plan now, and then think to yourself whether this is actually what you want to do. Because let's say, for example, like, there's people in education, they're probably in education, but they don't want to do it. They probably, like, but I'd say, good statistic, I'd say, maybe 60% of people go into education, want to drop out, and they don't know what they want to do. Like, maybe their parents are trying to, like, force them to do one thing, but they don't want to do it, but they feel like, I don't know what else to do other than, you know, school. So I'd say definitely have a passion, build around it, plan something in order to make you and others happy, get the life that you wanted to, you know what I'm saying, to get. Like, at the end of the day, that's all you need.
Definitely. And that is some very inspirational words from Leon. You know, if you guys are booking your next slot, go to LB, man. You know, socials will be linked in the bio, and that's People's Potential TV. Thank you.
No worries, man. Take care.